It's official. Red Gerard, Jake Canter have officially secured their spots on the U.S. Olympic slopestyle snowboard team, and they did it in fashion. I mean, Red Gerard, he took care of business and got the win last year at the end of the season, which pretty much got him his spot on the team. So he was the first guy picked, and it was nearly, 6, 7 months ago. But Jake Canter, this last weekend, I just got back from Snowmass. I was out there doing the awards and doing the announcing out there with Jake Canter. Takes to win. And that's what it takes. It comes down to your single best score, your single best let's say position where you end up. And Jake Canter took a win, and that's what he needed to do to secure a spot and represent the U.S. All right, let's get into it. Red Gerard has already earned his spot, and Jake has finally got his spot in. And it came down to it. It came down to the whole thing where he needed to get in there, and he was stoked. It was funny because I was doing the awards, and so Jake's out there. He's about ready to come out there, and usually I'll announce the name, and the guys will come on out. But I told Jake, I go, just hang back a little bit, man, because I'm going to really give you a special introduction, and I did just that. And boy, when it counts, man, taking that win's huge. That means he's on the team. That also means Red is on the team. So Red Gerard on the team, and then of course Jake on the team. So both these guys have earned their spots, but there is 4 that get picked to represent, right? 4 get picked to represent in Milano Cortina. And who are going to be the other 2? That's basically it. I mean, once again, you got to give it up for Red. He was the one who took care of business first, and he did it last year by qualifying. So big props to Red Gerard getting on the team. And remember, Red Gerard's the Olympic gold medalist from 2018 in Beijing. And talking to Red Gerard, I remember talking to him before the Olympics, and he was saying, "Oh, X Games is the biggest thing." And I go, "Well, X Games is definitely one of the biggest things, but you haven't been to the Olympics yet." And then he went out to Beijing and he goes and wins, and that changed everything. He was on the talk show circuit, he was touring everywhere, and just that win changed his life as far as his trajectory for snowboarding. So big ups to Red Gerard on that, and also getting back on the team again. Here's a look at the artist rendering of the big air jump that is going to be used in Cortina. This is obviously a rendering of it, but that's what it's going to be looking like. And so Red Gerard will represent, and Jake Canter will represent as well. So big ups to those guys, Jake getting in, and of course, Red getting in as well. Congratulations to those guys getting in. So now you got to start looking at it. Who is going to represent who's going to be the other 2 spots? Because now you have 2 spots that are open. Okay. And now I've been just crunching the freaking numbers on this. Like I've been crunching it. And to me, I wish they all could go. All these dudes are so solid, and you'd like to see them all go. But if you really break down the numbers, and I'm talking Dusty Hendrickson, Judd Heynckes, Brock Crouch, Ollie Martin, Shaun Fitzsimons, if you look at all these guys and you compare all these guys, and it's your single best result when it comes down to it, and that's the way they're going to pick. So if you're looking at it right now, with 2 spots, only 2 remaining, to me, if I'm looking at the numbers right now, I'm crunching the numbers. I got them. Look, they're crunched. These numbers are crunched. I've been crunching on these things for a while. I think Ollie Martin gets on this team. All right. I feel like Ollie Martin will represent the USA, and he will do that in Milano Cortina. And the reason I say that, because Ollie, if you look at what he's done, Ollie's got a 3rd at Steamboat. He's got a 3rd at the World Champs in both slope and big air. 1st at Calgary. So he's got the results. So he hasn't officially been named to the team. But to me, I just don't see how Ollie Martin is not on that team. How he is not the 3rd guy on. So Red Gerard in, Jake in. My prediction, Brad Stradamus, hold on. Ollie Martin gets in the 3rd spot. So where does the other spot come from? Is it Dusty Hendrickson? Is it Shaun Fitzsimons? Is it Judd Heynckes? Brock Crouch had a top 10 finish in Snowmass. Is it one of those guys? If you go and look at it now, you look at Shaun Fitzsimon's third place, Aspen Slope. That's a podium last year. So right now, out of all those guys mentioned, Dusty, Judd, Brock, and Shaun looks like he could lock in that 4th spot. I'm just saying. That third in Aspen really helps his cause. Now, could it all change? It sure could. Dusty Hendrickson, Judd Hankus, Brock, if they all went out to locks, which I think they all were going to locks, if they're out there in Switzerland for the 15th to the 18th, and one of them wins outright, you're on the team. Win and you're in. That's what Jake did. Win and you're in. So Red's in, Jake's in. I'm thinking Ollie's going to be your third guy. And whoever does the best out there, whoever podiums between Shaun, Dusty, Judd, and Brock, and since Shaun already has a third, you'd have to do better than that. So a second or a first from any one of those other guys is a chance for that person to get that 4th spot. So it comes down to it. It literally freaking comes down to locks. And 4 years from now, the schedule will be Aspen or whatever the World Cup is going to be at that point will be the last event before the Olympics. This had a U.S. stop, and then, of course, it went to locks, which kind of rare. It hasn't really been that way. I've been part of 5 of these Olympic naming things, and I'll tell you what, that's how it's going. Okay. I was out there in Snowmass. I'll be out there at X Games, be doing the show. It took me a little while to get back. I was busy. I was knocking out stuff out there. I was announcing the whole time, but I promise to do more during X Games because I fly back to Aspen for that. So let's talk about the women's side of things right now. Jamie Anderson had a huge crash out there. Not good. She had to be taken off the hill, but from following her Instagram and seeing what's going on, she looks like she is making a good recovery on that. And that's good news because if you look at the numbers with the women, because there's not one of them has been picked yet for the women's slopestyle big air team. Not one of them. And Jamie Anderson has a 6th in Steamboat. Jessica Perlmutter has a 7th in Aspen. I think right now those two are going to get in for sure. I feel like, and this is my opinion. This isn't US Ski and Snowboarding talking. This is me and my own personal opinion by looking at the numbers. Okay? So don't be trying to say anything. This is just Brad J. flapping his gums. All right, so Jamie Anderson, Jessica Perlmutter, I feel like both of them can get in. I feel like Lily Duanaway, she gets in as well. There's your 3. I'm just thinking those 3 get in for sure. Jamie Anderson, Perlmutter, and Duanaway. Easy for me to say. But then now you got to look at the other spot, the 4th spot. You got Rebecca Flynn, Caitlin Adams, Courtney Rummel, and then you got Hannah Norman. I'm thinking with Hannah Norman's 5th in 2025 at Aspen, that's going to be her single best. And that looks pretty good. Duanaway, I feel, with her 4th in Aspen last year, that puts her in too. So my prediction, and this is my opinion only, Jamie Anderson, Jessica Perlmutter, Jessica, I promise to get that right, Lily Duanaway, and Hannah Norman will get in and represent. That's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking those are your 4, and those are going to want to be to represent. But I will keep you updated. I will follow them. I will watch. Next contest locks 15th through the 18th, just a couple of days away, and it all can change with one win, one podium, just like that. Hey, that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brad J, and I'll see you on the hill.